First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Bears take over the first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they pull off the season sweep. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hardly throw the ball downfield, and all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. on the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism for defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
And one of the real good guys in this league, J.J. Watt. Not a malicious play, just football as far as he's concerned. But at the same time, he's got to know a little bit better and not take the shot there.
Here's Manuel. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Swift going to try up the middle. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running back?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you got football on Thanksgiving Day?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he'll be stopped right at the 30 on a play that started back at the 50. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Manuel. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 more yards there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
The Etor Gross Matos there to bring him down. The Lions at 6-4 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Manuel. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. Things close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Kene Nwangu, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to move back in front. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manuel. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host. I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Up the middle, Nwangu. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now it's Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad. Fields on 1st down. He'll find Nwangu underneath, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield? It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Is good. Makes the score Bears 20, Lions 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over first down at their own 25 yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Throwing on first down, Manuel. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line.
That's good for the Lions.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw again. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. A final shot before break. Manuel. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooke.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, Fields. Touchdown! Adam Thielen, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Lions 10. Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Lions 1st down.
Looking to throw. Manuel. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. A nice throw there for the 1st down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw again. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better.
He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chicago! Kene Nwangu, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A 7-yard gain.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defensive. Know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes that kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage. Turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first and 10, Manuel. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That's good for the Lions.
On first down, Manuel. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll... Right at the 50.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over first and 10 at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Yeah, he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And
Fields hit, and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 40, 20. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the final return for the Detroit touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Now it's the backup Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Isabella now from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 39. 138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they open the lead up now to 25. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the 50, it's gone. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw again on second down. Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To the air again. Goff. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Swift trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Second down and goal. Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Goff on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. One last throw here for Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But Charles, a lot of